Each generation is shaped by the world they grow up in, its challenges, opportunities, and cultural shifts. From baby boomers to Gen X, Millennials, Gen Z, and now Gen Alpha, the values, work habits, and perspectives on life often differ. But understanding these differences not only bridges the generation gap, it also helps us appreciate what each group brings to the table. Baby boomers, born 1946-1964. World they grew up in. The post-World War II era was marked by recovery, economic growth, and stability. Boomers saw the rise of television, the civil rights movement, and major cultural shifts like rock and roll. Key traits and values. Hard work, loyalty, and perseverance defined their mindset. Success meant financial stability, home ownership, and retirement savings. Communication was largely face-to-face or by phone, relationships mattered deeply. They valued structured environments, traditional hierarchy, and paying your dues. Common mindset. Work hard, stay loyal to your company, and you'll achieve security. Generation X, born 1965-1980. World they grew up in. Gen X lived through the Cold War, economic shifts, the rise of personal computers, and cultural movements like MTV. Many were latchkey kids, growing up with more independence as both parents often worked. They had analog childhoods but adapted to the digital world as adults. Key traits and values. Independent, self-reliant, and pragmatic. Value work-life balance, having seen their boomer parents prioritize work above all. Comfortable with both face-to-face and digital communication. Adaptable, bridging traditional values with modern change. Common mindset. Work hard, but live life on your own terms. Millennials, born 1981-1996. World they grew up in. Millennials witnessed the internet boom, the tragedy of 9/11, and the financial struggles of the 2008 recession. They experienced rapid technological shifts, from dial-up internet to smartphones. Key traits and values. Value work-life balance and flexibility over rigid 9-to-5 structures. Prefer experiences over material possessions, travel, social gatherings, and events are important. Tech-savvy but not fully digital natives, they adapted as technology advanced. Seek purpose-driven work where jobs align with personal values. Many explored side hustles and entrepreneurship after the recession. Common mindset. Life isn't just about money, it's about experiences, freedom, and meaning. Gen Z, born 1997-2012. World they grew up in. Gen Z has never known a world without the internet. They were raised with smartphones, TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube as everyday tools. They've seen climate change dominate conversations, lived through COVID-19 during their formative years, and grew up globally connected. Key traits and values. True digital natives, comfortable multitasking across multiple screens. Value authenticity, inclusivity, and individuality, they're not afraid to speak up. Entrepreneurial and pragmatic, many seek financial independence early. Mental health awareness and social justice are priorities. Highly creative, innovative, and less trusting of traditional institutions. Common mindset. I want freedom, authenticity, and to make an impact. Gen Alpha, born 2013, present. World they're growing up in. Gen Alpha is the first generation born entirely into a digital-first, AI-driven world. Tablets, smart speakers, and streaming are normal from toddler years. They're growing up with global challenges like climate change and the long-lasting effects of the pandemic. Education is more digital, personalized, and global than ever before. Key traits and values, emerging. True AI and tech natives, voice assistants, coding toys, and VR are part of daily life. Highly visual learners shaped by YouTube and TikTok-style content. Likely to value sustainability, inclusivity, and diversity even more deeply than Gen Z. may develop shorter attention spans due to fast-paced digital content, but also greater adaptability. Expected to be the most formally educated generation yet, with global access to resources. Common, emerging, mindset. Technology is part of who I am, and I want to use it to create a better future. Quick generational comparison. Boomers, 1946 to 1964 stability, loyalty, hard work. Gen X, 1965 to 1980 independence, adaptability, balance. Millennials, 1981 to 1996 balance, experiences, purpose. Gen Z, 1997 to 2012 freedom, authenticity, impact. Gen Alpha, 2013, present tech native, innovative, sustainability focused. Why this matters? Understanding these differences is more than just labeling age groups, it's about bridging perspectives. In families, it helps parents connect with children. In workplaces, it helps teams collaborate effectively. In society, it encourages respect across generations. Strengths each brings. Boomers bring wisdom and discipline. Gen X brings independence and pragmatism. Millennials bring adaptability and purpose. Gen Z brings creativity and fresh perspectives. Gen Alpha will bring innovation and future-forward thinking. Together, they shape a world that's more connected, innovative, and diverse than ever before. Every generation has its struggles and strengths, but growth comes when we learn from one another. Instead of focusing on what separates boomers, Gen X, millennials, Gen Z, and Gen Alpha, we can celebrate the values that each group contributes to our evolving world. After all, change is constant, but understanding is the bridge that keeps us connected.